Hello, and thank you for watching Wespath's Markets at a Glance. I'm Jake Barnett, Director of Sustainable Investment Stewardship at Wespath. Let's take a look at May's most influential economic moves. U.S. investors in May once again felt the push and pull of an economy emerging from the pandemic. While hopeful news of vaccines and reopenings drove stock upwards, fears of inflation pulled them back down. But let's break that down a little. On vaccines, more than half of Americans over the age of 18 are now vaccinated against COVID-19. And this is a critical lever in the ability to reopen the economy. Europe is catching up as well. In May, nearly 1/3 of Europeans had received at least their first shot, twice the level of a month earlier. On inflation, the consumer price index rose 4.2% in the trailing 12-month period, the biggest raise or increase since 2008. Concern that inflation could run hot as we emerge from the pandemic has driven recent market volatility in the last few months. After soaring in the early part of May, the S&P 500 ended the month with a muted 0.7% gain. The tech-heavy NASDAQ was down 1.4% as investors moved into cyclical sectors like energy, materials, and financials. These stocks tend to move with economic cycles, so investors are calculating that the sectors will improve as the economy reopens. Separately, all eyes were on the oil and gas sector last month in what many are calling a watershed moment in the transition to a net zero economy. Let's talk about three important climate-related developments that occurred. One, at oil giant Exxon, a tiny activist hedge fund with a sustainability lens, engine number one, managed to secure 3 board seats as part of a broader push to move the company towards cleaner energy. Two, at Chevron's annual shareholder meeting, a proposal calling for the company to reduce its Scope 3 emissions passed with 61% support from investors. Scope 3 emissions include those created by customers in the use of Chevron's products. 3 is also related to Scope 3 emissions. A court in the Netherlands ruled that Royal Dutch Shell must reduce its Scope 3 emissions by 45% by 2030. These are clear signs that the transition to net zero is gaining momentum. Finally, our chart of the month looks at home prices. If you've been in the housing market over the last year, you've noticed the scarcity of available homes and the sky-high prices. Home prices have increased 26% since February 2020, and the median home price in the US has reached a record $341,600. For more economic data and to see how our funds performed in May, please see our latest monthly investment report. Thank you.